Alright folks, welcome to an impromptu episode of Clueless Eats. Not done one of these for a while. In fact, I've not uploaded anything for a while. Shock horror. As you can see, falling on hard times and slumming it with a bit of Budweiser. Excuse me. Death is slowly catching up to me. So, I realised that I've got 3 different tomato sauces in the house. And I've made some chicken dippers to make these for me lunch tomorrow. How pretentious do those look? Bit of guacamole, sour cream, some salami and chicken dippers. And obviously made too many. And I thought, I've got these 3 tomato sauces. And one of them I picked up fairly recently because I've seen a few people talking about this, stealthily scratching my arse then. And yeah, so I picked this up recently. Not going to do it the disservice of trying to pronounce the brand. But it's basically, from what I can gather, Polish ketchup or tomato sauce. Let's not say ketchup because we live in England and we don't say ketchup. Yeah, I know that Bald Foodie guy and Bit of Munch really recommend this. In fact, Bald Foodie guy did like a video where he compared loads of different tomato sauces. If I remember to do so, links will be in the description. So I thought, I've got some spare chicken dippers. Might have accidentally done that on purpose. So why don't I give this a try? And then to make it a little bit more relevant to the current economic climate, everyone pretty much buys Heinz tomato ketchup, tomato sauce. When you go to most places for something to eat, that'll be the brand of choice. And on like Facebook and stuff, I don't know how like over the top it is, or sometimes if it's just basically people lying. But I've been seeing the price of, albeit slightly bigger bottles than this, I would imagine, Heinz tomato sauce. The prices have gone absolutely ridiculous. You know, the cost of living crisis is well and truly real, my friends. I got pretty much less than a week's shop for 80 quid from Tesco's. And we've just been eating very sparingly, to be honest, which is good because it's, you know, changes your habits. But 80 quid, and that's not even like for a family shop. That's only for like 3 of us. Well, 2 of us, mainly. We don't talk about the creature in the attic. But, yeah. So, tomato sauce has become very expensive. It was sort of like, you know, what happened to Lurpak, which was ridiculous for butter. So, yeah, I thought I'd do a little bit of a head-to-head, as the title, well, the title's clickbait. You never need to buy Heinz tomato ketchup again. But I've got another cheap sauce. And one that you will see in pretty much every chippy or takeaway. And that's Crucial's tomato ketchup. Again, really well priced. Pretty much got this from Iceland, I think, but I'm sure like farm foods, even like Asda and most supermarkets have it now, and the discounter stores like B&M and things like that. And very reasonably priced. They're yoghurt and herb sauce. I was going to do that on my face, but I don't know if there's any sauce around the rim. That's what she said. Ooh, matron. And yeah, so I think I paid about £1.20 for this. 480 grams. I can't remember how much because this has just been in the fridge. 650 grams / 570 ml. And this is 500 ml, which I don't know what that is in grammage. But I think that cost me about £1.20 in Asda. Again, you can find it pretty much everywhere in the international section or like your nearest like Eastern European shop. I don't know what the politically correct term for that is, and I don't want to stumble into a minefield unnecessarily. I don't know why you'd necessarily and purposely want to walk into a minefield. But yeah, so that was really, really cheap, and I've heard good things, so I picked it up. This, I think it's usually between £1.50 to £2. Again, we've had this in the fridge. I know this is a lot cheaper than this though, but I'm sure the price fluctuates a lot, and obviously dependent on which supermarket you go to. But, you know, Heinz is the brand, isn't it, for a lot of people. But you don't necessarily have to do the Heinz route. But then again, you can pay more for, like, smaller batch stuff. The sauce shop does really nice tomato sauce because it's that more pulpy, grainy sort of stuff where there's little chunks, whereas this is just like a smoothened paste. As is this. This is very sort of, from what I can remember, synthetic. But anyway, I digress, and I'm talking utter nonsense, and this video is pointless already. And we're 6 minutes in. So these battered chicken dippers, got from Tesco's, their own brand. You don't have to buy Bird's Eye. They're not that much better. On offer, you know, probably justify it, but you don't necessarily have to get these big branded frozen things. I'm just gutted that there's not a Heron Foods nearby because I want to get some of their stuff. But anyway, so I thought we'd do a little bit of a head-to-head and see what I personally think is the nicer sauce. Ideally should have done this when I've got the prices to hand, so then we can compare it that way. But this is just going off what I remember. But I do think the Polish sauce sounds a bit weird. If you've got a filthy mind for no reason, was the cheapest. So we shall see. Plus I've heard quite a few people mentioning how much they enjoy it. So we'll start off with the big guns. Heinz Tomato Ketchup. I hate saying the term ketchup. I don't know why. It sounds so much like a Brexiteer. There we go. Little dollop there. Chicken dippers are nice. Slightly under seasoned, but you could always like add salt and pepper seasoning or Cajun spice or whatever. But yeah, Heinz Tomato Ketchup, it's very familiar. Not really too sweet, a little bit of a tang. But, you know, it's what you're used to, really. Plus, is tomato sauce really that exciting? But yeah, off to a very solid start. There's no denying that Heinz tomato sauce isn't tasty. Because you do get some really cheap, just like no brand, probably catering. You know, like you get catering sausages, although I really like a good catering sausage. Matron. But yeah. So anyway, this video is terrible. I don't know why you're watching it. Let's try Crucial's Tomato Ketchup. Again, calling it ketchup. Why do we have to Americanize everything? There we go. So I think you can already tell that that's got more of a, I don't know how I'd describe it. Like more of a thicker consistency. Maybe like synthetically creamier. A little bit of a tang. I wouldn't say it's got as strong of a flavour as Heinz, but still it gets the job done. Gets the job done. Doesn't taste too cheap. Now let's try this. So it's a fresh bottle, so I'll probably get that really weird tomato water on my chicken dipper. I wanted to try and make a joke saying that was a euphemism, and I think I've technically done that now, haven't I? Whoa! Well, that came out quite quick. Yeah, that's a lot of sauce. To make it fair, we'll just take a little bit off, and we'll try on this one. Okay. It's not as sweet. It's got maybe a little bit more tang to it. The one thing I will say, tomato ketchup / tomato sauce doesn't actually really taste like tomato. Do you know what I mean? Like if you were to mash up tomato and dip your chicken wing into that, chicken dipper, then obviously it's going to be, it's going to taste like tomato. It's got a tomatoey flavour, but it doesn't really taste tomatoey. So none of them do that, really. It's damp. Yeah, it's definitely got a little bit more tang. Just a little bit more character. So while I've tasted that, let's go back to the Heinz. Nice dollop. Yeah, that doesn't have the tang that the other two sauces have, and it is a little bit more sweeter. The crucials, it gets the job done, but what I would say compared to the other two, doesn't really quite have that flavour. This comes out way too quick. Just one last taste. Yeah. Like, it's straight away. And I'm not just saying this because it seems convenient for me to say this and to try and like one-sidedly prove a point. But maybe I am one-sidedly trying to prove a point. Fundamentally, as the clickbaity title suggests, you don't need to go to the expense of Heinz tomato ketchup. You really, really don't. I know there are like certain brands where even myself, I will opt for the brand. Oh God. The brand as opposed to like a shop's own. Like beans, something like that. I'd say Heinz beans. But mind you, I'd much rather prefer a Branston's. Although Heinz sausage and bean that is the best sausage and bean you can get. Not that sausage and bean is, the Pierre le Resistance of the tinned food world. I mean, those sausages, they're so crap, but they're so nice. But all three of them, yeah, they could happily stay in my fridge. I'm very, very impressed with this though. And for the price point, it's just got a little bit more personality. I will say though, I like sometimes my tomato ketchups and sauces to have that little bit of a texture to them. But then again, a lot of those brands will put the price up. Like for smaller bottles and you'll pay more, that sort of thing. So they're like nice every now and then. But for an everyday tomato sauce, all three of them have a good, strong case. But for me, for price point and flavour, and this is just 3 brands of infinite varieties, I can see why people really, really like this. And especially for the price. Stop focusing on the fridge, because you'll give me ideas to go into the fridge. I think this is the one for me. Definitely. Very, very impressed with that. I was a little bit apprehensive that I'd try it and I think, oh, it's just another tomato sauce. It kind of is just another tomato sauce. But if you want to throw the novelty factor in that, oh, I've got Polish ketchup. Then it's good for that. 100% recyclable. Made of 100% recyclable material. That's always a plus if you're a Just Stop Oil maniac. Price point, definitely clear winner. And flavour, clear winner for me. So, yeah, very, very impressed with that. Some people will have all of these and think, what's the difference? They're just ketchup. Ketchup's ketchup. But if I want to save a bit of money and it's available, I'll definitely opt for this going forward. So I don't know what people will get from this video. I don't even know if I'm going to upload this video, but this is just a random, off the cuff, completely ill-prepared. And when I say ill-prepared, no preparation at all, and it shows. But it's just nice to get some content up there, isn't it, really? But yeah, I think my point has been proven. You don't have to pay the price that Heinz sometimes dictates. You can get much better options without sacrificing flavour and enjoyment. But then again, I don't think tomato ketchup is going to be one of those, you know, massively debated subjects. I'm actually quite eloquent, but when I start recording videos, words do not come to my mouth. And I sure don't half slip myself up with some unintentional innuendos. But yeah, it is what it is. Let me know your thoughts, opinions. What's your favourite tomato ketchup? And yeah, hit me up in the comments. And you'll probably never see a video like this again for very good reason. Bye.